On today?
Good, how are you?
Fine. What's your name and where you from?
Devin Haney from Oakland, California.
Okay, Oakland is definitely in the house. Stop playing with him, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Damn, we see you, champ. Fit is no joke. Describe it for us right quick.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bottega boots on.
Jeez.
With the Ricky.
Ricky.
With the ERD.
Oh my God. But look at the damn accessories.
Oh, you see.
Oh my God.
Chandelier.
Damn. Oh.
GIA certified. Like
Jeez.
Certified.
I mean, this is a house, man. Damn.
Oh, you see the big bubba.
Woo. Okay,
Same
okay.
that
And
these
you
dudes be
definitely
wearing.
see the whip.
What's the bubba?
Jesus Christ.
You know, a lot of dudes, they got the clothes.
Uh-huh.
They might have the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the car.
Uh-huh.
The houses.
Uh-huh.
You know, my whole kit come together.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And we see definitely see the shades. Oh my God.
You see it.
If you give anybody a styling tip, what would it be?
You know what I'm saying? The accessories make the fit. You
Uh-huh.
have a good fit. When you put the accessories on, they make it even better.
I agree
They make
with
it all come together.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Looks like Devin Haney got another fight that he's going to have to contend with relatively soon. But this time it's not in the ring. This time it's baby mama drama.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Devin Haney, man, got another fight. This time it's a fight coming up with his ex-wife or whatever the case may be, right? The woman that he was alleged to have married or whatever, I'm not sure if they did it legally through the courts, maybe through religion or something, but whatever the case, they ain't together no more. And now Devin Haney came out on social media, and now what even after me to do this video, and I seen a video on social media of Southpaw 773 going at it with Bill Haney. Southpaw was calling Bill Haney. You said you raised your son to be a simp, basically, right? Even though Bill Haney was a street dude, he may have been a pimp or something like that. His son is a little, he didn't raise his son to kind of understand the game today. However, maybe he did teach his son some game, but the game from yesterday, I don't think it applies to what's going on today. But Devin Haney came out and said this quote: "Stop using kids to control men, or as it come up, the kids don't deserve that." Now, right out of the gate, this happens a lot. This happens to average guys. This happens to successful guys. This happens to old guys. This happens to everybody. Chances are when you get in a relationship and then things don't work out for whatever reason it don't work out and you have a kid with her, more times than none, right? She will weaponize that kid in some kind of way. Right. And then, there's rumors out there, too, that this chick used to be an escort or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But he should have definitely known better than that. And then Devin says, "I never acted like my kid didn't exist. I fight to see my baby. My child's mother won't let me see my baby unless I threaten to cut her money off. And I'm tired of having to pay to see my child every time." It's crazy, right? That you got to pay to see your kid, bro. Something that you helped create, something that wouldn't even exist without you. Guess what? You got to pay. You got to pay to see it. You have no rights. You don't have nothing, right? No matter how much money you get, no matter how successful you are, you have no rights when it comes to these kids or anything like that, bro, unless you succumb to the court system, the family court system, which will slaughter you as a man. Then he says, "I'm going about it the right way through the court so that it's organized and I can see my baby more than one time a month when she needs her bills paid." So apparently his ex or whatever this is according to Devin, only lets him see his kid when it's time to pay some bills, right? When it's bills, when it's time, he got to pay to see his kid. It's a transactional, right? And it essentially turns your kid, right, into a bill. I hate to even say that, but that's kind of what happens. They essentially get turned into a bill, bro. And then Devin says, "I've been trying to keep this stuff off the internet because it looks crazy, but I won't let my child's mother make me look like something I'm not, especially when it comes to my child." Now, if Devin Haney didn't come out and say anything, he would have been looking like a deadbeat, a piece of shit. They're quick to throw the hammer at the guy if he don't say nothing. He had to come out and kind of defend himself in some kind of way to let people know, look, man, this ain't me, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't me at all. I think if he really was a deadbeat dude, he likely wouldn't have came out and said nothing, right? He probably would have just paid her off, like on some Anthony Edwards shit, just paid her all the way off, and I don't want nothing to do with you or the kid, right? But nah, he ain't do that. Then he says, I'm not with her and haven't been with her for a while now, but still took care of her as such for the sake of her being my child's mother. Whatever she has against me, she makes my daughter feel it by not letting me be in her life. End quote. So that's what Devin had to say. So basically, Devin probably likely moved on. I mean, Devin is a young guy, very successful, very accomplished. Got a lot of money. Devin Haney can do whatever he wants in the whole wide world. He probably got somebody else, right? And she probably a little bit mad about it. She's a little salty about it. And then he says, everything she got, I bought. She could pop it if she want. I bought everything. She don't work, I work. She takes pictures all day while I'm grinding. I do it all for my daughter. So she can never play with my character like I'm not there for my daughter. So basically, this is in response to, I believe, his baby mama, who came out with her statement. And it's pretty long, but it says this. I have never told Devin that he can't see his child. It's not my fault that he asks to see her once a month. He knows this. I reach out to him and ask him if he misses her or wants to see her. I send him pictures and videos daily. He don't even ask for it or ask about her. It hurts me to see that my child is growing up without a father in her life. I'm a full-time mom with no help. I never denied access, even when I was uncomfortable giving my daughter up when she was only 2 months old. I let him take her to his house just so he can't ever say this about me. He had me blocked at this time while my baby was there, wouldn't give me updates or anything. And no matter how uncomfortable it made me feel, I still gave him my baby. See, that's the thing I don't be liking, right? Because if you, I don't know, man. I don't want to project my experiences, but this seems to be a very common thing. My baby, my kid, my. I mean, Jesus Christ, I understand y'all ain't together no more, but damn, it's not just your kid, it's y'all kid. You know what I'm saying? It should have been our kid, right? But this is just something that just I noticed that just it's always just me, I. Me. There's everything just me, myself, just selfish. And then she says, I have all the proof and he has none. So yeah, I will see you in court. And Devin, why are you lying to the internet? You literally said at the hospital you don't want to sign the birth certificate. I have text messages, I can post them. Wow. To be honest with you, see, stuff like that sounds really bad. But you know, if a young guy asks me what should he do, I'll be like, man, look, man, if you ain't 100% sure, if something in your heart and your soul is telling you that there's a chance that it might not, don't sign that shit, bro. Because guess what? Once you sign that shit, that's like signing your rights over, your life over. Because if the kid really ain't yours, then you still stuck. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole conundrum you have to deal with, right? And then they get kind of mad at you from being hesitant on signing it. And if Devin was really hesitant on signing it, it's probably because when the kid came out, and if you've seen pictures of the kid, I don't like posting kids and stuff like that. But if you've seen the kid is, I'm going to just be straight up. The kid looks like she has no melanin in her skin. You know what I'm saying? And I believe she may be, I'm not sure what she is. She has a Middle Eastern-like name. And Devin Haney is a black guy. So, you know, that baby looked like she had blue eyes and everything. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He probably was a little hesitant on signing that birth certificate there. Maybe they got DNA tests, got it all squared away, whatever the case. I do know sometimes the kid comes out and looks kind of different, even though that is their biological parents, whatever the case may be. But in some instances, a guy ended up signing the birth certificate, and then they find out years later, 10, 15, 4 or 5, whatever years it may have been, years later, that the kid ain't even really theirs. And then that literally destroys this guy, right? So if a dude is hesitant on signing the birth certificate, it's for a reason. It's not, you know, guys just don't go around here, I'm not signing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless he told you not to have a baby on some Anthony Edwards shit. You know what I'm saying? But more times than none, dudes is hoping that this kid is really theirs. But if they feel something, and it's something telling them not to sign it, I don't recommend signing it. Honestly, I just don't. I don't recommend signing it because the way the game is today, right? If they can't get the ring from you, right? If they can't get the ring from you to where they have something on the back end, if things end, well, they can very least get a kid about you. Then they get that 18-year plan. So it's really just a hustle. And you got to be extremely careful, not just for regular guys, but guys who's successful and made something of themselves as well has to be extremely careful, actually even more so than regular average guys, because you got to question if she even with you because she really like you. You know what I'm saying? You got to question if she with you just for your resources and what you got and what you've done. You know what I'm saying? For whatever the reason, Devin Haney finds himself in this situation with this chick. The whole birth certificate signing thing, look, man. That's one of those things to where if he probably did feel that way, I'm just imagining that he was questioning if it was really his in his heart. Something like that, right? That's just some personal shit. But I don't know, man. Baby mama drama could be very distracting. Actually, having a dispute with your spouse or significant other, baby mama, whatever case, can be very distracting, very stressful. Hopefully, Devin Haney has all the right cards in place to be able to take care of this thing smoothly without the least amount of stress as possible. Now, he probably going to end up having to pay because, according to him, she sat around all day taking pictures, didn't do nothing. And this is another thing. Devin should have put her ass to work. He should have put his baby mama to work in some kind of way, whether she's handling all his business or doing something. You can't just let them sit around and just do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for the obvious. You just can't. You can't just let them sit around and do nothing. So now she ain't doing nothing. She ain't got no income coming in. So now when she takes you to court, she's going to get the maximum out of you because, well, you was providing for her and she ain't got nothing. It's a whole bunch of shit that comes with this, and I can go on for hours, but I'm not going to do that. But Devin Haney finds himself in another battle, and this time it's with his baby mama. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.